Yo. What is good, YouTube? Hey, this your boy, Pursuit of Freedom. Freedom from the rat race is what I'm pursuing. Freedom is the pursuit that I'm on. Financial freedom is the pursuit. Hey, so you're looking at ANYNE, Sphere 3D Corporation, technology sector, software application, and so far, up until this point, I've shown you just strictly the daily chart. We're looking at stock breakouts. Now, this is a intraday chart because you're looking at only 5 minute candles right now. So, I'm going to show you within the first 15 minutes what can happen sometimes when you're looking at stock patterns. Being that I said that I predominantly have been trading intraday breakouts. No, that's my predominant strategy for right now. And I'm working on the short side of it too. Only paper trading practice. Thankfully that that's all. I can't. My account size isn't big enough for me to short sell, but my skill in short selling is way lower. I'm not even that great of a breakout trader yet, so still working on that. This is my trade journal. This is not for. This is for entertainment. This is not for anybody to think that they can look at my previous gains and that's gonna dictate your returns. Nope. This is just trade ideas. This is the possibilities, light entertainment, um, give you some ideas or towards educating yourself the way that I have, you know, went out here and tried to get some education before I thoroughly get involved with throwing massive amount of money at the stock market, right? But okay, so this is one individual day. This was the 14th of November. The price opened up at about $1.75, which was a gap up from around $1.66 the previous day, which was the 13th. So Wednesday the 14th, it had gapped up to $1.77 and it opened and pushed up in the first 5 minutes. This is a 5 minute candle, and it's at a high at about 191 in that first 5 minute candle. So that first 5 minute candle being at your 5 minutes in, that high is what I'm looking to buy if that high gets broken. So sometimes what I will do is I will set that resistance in green, meaning that I'm looking to get green. I'm looking to buy this stock intraday if it breaks. Now this was a shoulda, coulda, woulda because I was in the wrong trade that Wednesday, the 14th, because I didn't make a trade that day. I was in TTNP, which you will see is I'm gonna upload that trade as well. Um, but instead of being in this stock any on the 14th, which is what I'm looking for the majority of the time in the morning, and this is perfect because it's 9:45 to 10 o'clock is when this thing actually started to break. But you see the resistance set, which I have now in green. The next 5 minute candle didn't do anything. Opened at 184, closed at 180. So the third 5 minute candle of the day from 940 to 945, the stock opened down at 180, pushed all the way up to 190. So it pushed up darn near, 5%, right? Yeah, 5.5%. And then the candle that actually did break above this resistance that was set on the first 5 minute candle of the day, uh, opened at 189. If you would have bought that candle, anywhere in that candle, even the top of this candle, or at this point right here, if you got in at above at $1.97, as time continues, this is intraday. This is not holding the stock for weeks or months. This is you bought the stock on the 14th. This is what can happen to your account in one day on the 14th. This is the possibility. This is why the market will always have my interest more so when it comes to earning income, because that's what I feel like I go to a job for, to earn income, so that I can look at my life and do other things in my life that I really want to do, like traveling without restriction. Because when you work 52 weeks a year, When you work 50 weeks a year, you might get 2 weeks off if you got a good job. You might get a full 2 weeks, but the other 50 weeks, that job dictates your time for the most part. But if you can start doing this with a decent amount of money, I think in the last example I said $1,000, right? So if you got $1,000 saved, hell, if you ain't got 1,000, you got 500. If you got 100, whatever you got saved, you got 10,000 saved. You put that in this stock any on the 14th of November, which was 5 days ago, as it's now the 19th, 1:47 in the a.m. You buy in above this mark about 191. Let's say you get in at 193. You hold that. It's just for a few hours. You see what the stock has done. And I'm going to rewind all the way back because it was so explosive that it could be completely missed. From 191 to you're up 29% of your money. So your $1,000, if it was $1,000, is now $1,300. It's $1,400 in another 10 minutes. So if you bought into this thing at $2, if you missed the original break, you got in at $1.99. That's just $2, and you held it for the next. Looking at that box, 25 minutes. Your $1,000 is now $2,000. Your $10,000 is now $20,000 in 25 minutes. Your $100 is now worth $200. When has 25 minutes been worth, $100 to you on your job? You know what I mean? Hell, do you make $100 an hour? Now, this does not happen every day, but this is the possibility. That is within a resistance level was set. I'll go all the way back. Resistance level set in the first 5-minute candle. 5-minute, 10-minute, 15 minutes later, it's breaking above that resistance. The same way I show you on the daily chart, it happens intraday live in price action. This thing breaks above. Let's say you get in at 199 once again, and you hold for the next 15 minutes. You're up 98% of your money. So if you got $5,000, you're now at $10,000. If you were in this trade with that $5,000, you went from 5 to 10. If you had 25,000, you're at 50,000. You know what I mean? And you can go even bigger. But you bought this thing down here somewhere, and you held it to up here. You got 100% on your money. That's why I said my sweet spot lately has been between $1 and $2, because that could have been a stock bought at $1.91, and I could have got more than 100 shares. So I mean, it could have been a pretty decent trade for me. Could have got about like 300 shares, close to 4, and this thing could have been a nice game on the 14th. But I was in a different trade. This is the same thing that I showed you previously, but it's just on a much shorter time frame. And this is the potency, man, of breakouts. This is, like I said, the first 5-minute candle of the day. I'll try to break that down into 2 minutes, see if I can get that same thing on the 14th. Nope, we got the 15th. I don't even know if I can get back that far. Let me see if I can, how I look on the 3-minute. Okay, so I can look at the 14th on the 3-minute. Going to go overboard in this video, but I kind of like that 3-minute candle setup even better. You know what I'm saying? The first 3 minutes. This thing slowly was creeping up to this 191 resistance, man. So if you spotted that and you started to get in like on this candle at $1.81, that's when you're maximizing your profits, when you're anticipating a break, not knowing that this thing had 100% potential, because that's hindsight. Hindsight is 2020, of course. But the odds are more in your favor of catching a live lottery ticket in the stock market than in that that was that $1.6 billion lottery ticket that the person in South Carolina won. Nah, your odds are greater in the stock market of seeing that type of return. You also can lose money, so there's always, risk management, which needs to be like the next part of some of these videos is giving examples of risk management, because this is capital management. Capital management is the name of this business. This is one pattern of many that can set you free. Uh, I'm gonna put out my trade examples because this is more so my trade journal. I'm not saying I'm a teacher of any sort. If you learn something, kudos, thank you. I mean, putting that out there. I'm just putting this information out there because this is it's possible, it's possibilities. It's pursuit of freedom.